Hello, Jennifer, Doran, how are you doing? And my boy Eric.
Yes, I'm doing great. And he says, "Hi, Mom, I'm doing great too, as
Of course
always."
you are. I love you both. And
I
we
love you
are,
too.
Jennifer's very excited about this, she says, this particular topic. And it was raised as a suggestion from, several blog members. So I've gathered questions from them. And it is, dun, 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 all about Area 51. Eric, you're going to um, give us all the secrets, right?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, he says, believe it or not, a lot of the actual secrets are already out there.
Mm.
Um, he says a lot of the myths and the stuff that's like, oh no, no. He says a lot of that stuff is real.
Wow.
Um,
Okay. Then I know what the last question I want to ask. Okay, so what's in there? Give us the
oh,
inventory.
okay. So he says that there is, military training and military stuff that goes on that is like kind of more the stuff that they put to the forefront. So like legitimate military training
Like
and this.
conventional? Uh,
Yes,
oh,
yes,
okay.
conventional is a great word for it. Yes,
Okay.
so there is this surface layer of conventional military training, weapons development, this kind of thing. But he says there absolutely is.
Alien stuff.
Yes, yes.
All
And
right,
and
so
what he says really is that the alien stuff is the main thing. The other stuff is to look good on paper.
oh, it's all about optics. Okay, well
Yes.
tell me just list some of the things that are there.
Oh, okay. So he's showing me like tanks and planes and troops, and he
No,
says
I'm
it's
talking about the alien stuff. Okay,
oh the alien
are there
stuff.
any dead alien bodies there?
Yes, there are.
And
Yes.
how are they preserved?
Um, some sort of a gel. He says there's
Okay.
some sort of a gel, and it's like chambers,
Okay.
so that like pollutants and certain air stuff can't get in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's like he says the gel keeps the bodies hydrated, although he is telling me that there is also living
I
aliens
was going to
there.
ask that too. Okay,
Yes.
so how many dead ones are there?
Um.
More or less, you know.
Yeah.
More than 10, less than 10, that kind of
Yeah.
thing is
More
fine
than
too.
10, more than a dozen. More than a dozen, but like we're like less than like 25. Like we're somewhere
Okay.
in that kind of range.
Did they all die from crashes in their spacecraft or
Um.
well,
No. No. Not all. Not all. He says there have been some who have died here.
why?
Um.
Why?
Well, what he's saying is that there was like a couple that were here, helping, and
Okay.
and they pass either, he says just like us, extraterrestrials have an expiration date as far as the
Yeah.
physical life that they're living. He
Okay.
says so there have been cases where the life it was just over, it
Okay.
was just done
No,
here.
did we kill any of them?
No,
Oh,
no,
good, good.
no,
Um, are the people in Area 51 scared of the living ones?
no,
Really?
no. It's a very, very limited um, amount of people who have contact.
Yeah.
And they're
So,
free to go. They're free to come and go, he says. Eric says they're
oh,
free to come and go.
oh, thank
They're
God.
not prisoners. He says they're not captives.
Good.
Because quite frankly, he said we really couldn't, you guys couldn't keep them captive
Oh, no way.
if they didn't want to be
No. So
there.
why do they
Yes.
want to be there?
Um, so what what Eric is saying about that, and actually what's interesting is that I have a being on the other side that also has very much extraterrestrial energy.
Cool.
So I've got it has a masculine energy, so I'm going to refer to him as him. It's like kind of sitting right next to Eric, and what they're telling me is that it's the different planets, the different universes. It's all part of the transition. It's
Okay.
we're the kind of the last ones. Earth is kind of the last ones behind. But even like Eric made a joke to me before. He says, "Are there?" He was like, "Are there really any people out there who don't believe that there's aliens?" You know,
I'm sure
um,
there are.
He says it's just, there's so much evidence, there's so much stuff.
Oh God,
So
yeah.
the reason that they're here, and they've been here many, many times, they've given us a lot of our technology. There's,
Mm.
some stuff up on Earth that clearly they've, had a hand in. But it's kind of like he says they've always kind of helped us. They've always kind of helped the humans. It's just that we're finally catching up to, having some sort of an awareness
Oh yeah.
kind of closer to theirs than the human race used to be. Go back hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
Okay, what alien race the living and the dead ones? If maybe there's more than one, I'm not sure.
Now, this is where I have difficulty personally as a medium, because I don't have the frame of reference
Oh yeah.
for the names.
Well, I could just say tall whites.
Yes, and the Palladians.
Okay, Pleiadians. Okay.
So there's the tall whites, and we've got like kind of gray.
Is small gray, large gray?
Like medium size, kind of more
Okay.
what feels more like reasonable up to human size.
Okay.
So not like significantly littler than us.
Okay.
Like feels like that sort of
Interesting. So
yes,
maybe 2 or 3 races, would you say, or?
No, he says there's anywhere from like 3 to 5 different ones.
Wow. What about Anunnaki or
Uh,
reptilians?
Yes. Reptilians, I don't. He says he's like, no,
Okay.
not so much right now. 3 to 5 at any time. But
Cool.
what Eric is saying is that this is not the only place on the planet that
Oh.
they can pretty much kind of travel. There's like portals there that they travel a little less obviously. He said because he says that if you take the number of UFO sightings that are legitimately UFO sightings,
Yeah.
he said there's way more traffic in and out of the Earth plane, way more
Wow.
alien traffic in and out of the Earth plane than what you guys. And he says just taking the actual UFO sightings.
And they need air traffic controllers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he says they don't need it because they're, it's like that they're gone.
Wow. Okay, so what are the portals? For example, Marfa, Texas? Would that be one of them?
Yes, Roswell, New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Is also another area. It feels kind of like in the United States, it's more towards the west
Okay.
part of the country.
Okay.
Is a bit more active. And what Eric is saying about that is he says it has to do with the longitude line.
Okay.
The longitude lines out there, like it's easier. And there's
to
just
navigate or something, or?
Yeah, but he says that longitude line all the way around.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you look at the other side of the planet, like.
Right. Circumnavigating. Okay.
Yes. But not that that's the only place that there are. He says there are others, but that particular longitude line.
Cool.
Is quite active.
What about Antarctica?
Yeah. Yeah. So that makes it really easy to come in. Because there's not many sightings and stuff.
Yeah. What about Bermuda Triangle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
there's a bunch of them. Okay.
The Bermuda Triangle, the like Stonehenge, these kind of places, like the pyramids, these kind of places that we don't really have explanations as humans as to how the technology created these things in this time. He said those pretty much all have alien energy on them, extraterrestrial energy on them.
Are they portals also? Stonehenge and the pyramids?
Yes, those would be areas. It's kind of like what Eric is saying is that it's like back when Earth kind of started to become what it is, they did this so that they could have reference points. There's reference points. Mm-hmm. So it made it easier to kind of diagram out the planet.
Cool. What exactly is a portal? Is it like that thing on Stargate where this blue, I don't know, just foamy, I don't know. What is it? What does it look like? What physically is a portal?
It doesn't look like anything. However, what I'm hearing is if you actually could see something go through a portal, it would be like a blur, like a blur, like where the heck did that go? But it's like you'd be able to see past it as to what's still here, and it would just be like boom, it disappears, and there'd be a little disruption in the
Okay.
visual. But it's really like basically, it's not quite like a black hole, but it's an energy point where it's like the travel of speed is so fast that
Oh,
we don't actually really have the technology here in Earth standards. We
okay.
don't have the technology to create what a portal can do.
Oh.
So it's like the travel is infinitely fast. Basically, it's like that quick.
So are these naturally occurring, or are they made by a living being like aliens? Or both? Maybe some are, some
Yeah,
aren't.
there are some. There is some both. As what I'm hearing is that there are some races who have abilities to create um, temporary ones.
Oh,
Is the word that they're using. Temporary ones. But that
cool.
there are some here, a handful here that were put here because quite frankly, it's like Eric's saying when they started the human race, when this all started, with the idea of like growing the souls and this being the planet that's so difficult, it's like he's referring to like we needed to they like needed to create like some evac sort of things that if we had to get
Oh,
quickly, uh,
yeah.
if other beings and races need to get to us quickly because there have been many times over the course of humanity that we could have kind of just destroyed the whole place.
Oh God,
um,
yeah. Mm.
so or set something in motion,
Yeah.
that using our free will to set something in motion that would have been catastrophic, so it's like they come in and stop it.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
dumbasses. Right.
Yes.
What do they eat? The living ones, what do they eat in Area 51? What do they feed them? And also, do they sleep? If so, in a bed? And what kind of clothes, if any, do they wear?
um okay, so I'm actually seeing like some sort of suits, but it's more to protect. It's not for modesty. It's not for modesty's sake.
Okay.
But more to protect the skin or
Okay.
whatever, from the elements here. Um, the necessity for food doesn't feel huge at all, and it's like they can kind of quick go back if they like
Okay.
go back and
Food
have
run.
whatever. Yeah, kind of. But what I do see is like green, like leafy greens.
Okay. What about
Um,
sleep?
yeah,
Is
yes.
it
So
like in
so what
chambers or what?
Yeah, what I'm hearing about that from Eric is that there are some alien races who need sleep just like we do.
Okay.
Because it's like kind of in that form. Because he says when the aliens die, they go back
Mm.
over to the other side where we go. They
Okay.
we kind of go, we cross over.
Hmm.
So it's like what he's saying is aliens don't necessarily live their infinite life as a alien form. Just like he
Okay.
said, just like humans can incarnate into other planets.
Right. That's cool.
So yeah, so he says they do need, the food and the sleep, and maybe he says there is a particular race who needs like the equivalent of like 20 minutes of sleep.
Wow. Do the ones that are in Area 51 sleep in a capsule chamber of some sort, or just on a regular bed?
Just wherever, just yeah,
Okay.
wherever. They do have like rooms, but again, it's like they're not captive, so they
No.
can. He
Yeah.
says they can come and go, so it's like he says it's like if you work in Seattle, and so you go there 5 days a week, but you live in Texas. You
Right. That's
like,
a
okay, I
long
gotta go to work.
commute. Did they have to wear helmets, or is their air toxic to them, or are they okay breathing in our atmosphere?
um, no, there is something they can breathe. They can breathe in our atmosphere.
Okay.
Okay, so there is the ability to breathe in our atmosphere, but there is something that feels like what to me feels kind of like a cryogenics chamber or something like that, where it's like kind of just to detox everything and like reboot and oh, okay. So also apparently they can bring technology from their planet,
Hmm.
like as far as what would feel like vitamins or minerals or like an IV push
Okay.
through the system. So there is these sort of things medically that they can do here to prolong their ability to be here. But what I'm hearing is, a lot of times aliens have been here for long periods of time, building these things like the pyramids or helping with it. So they just have the ability to kind of
It's in
adapt.
our, adapt. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And maybe some of them need that IV or something to sort of like
Yes.
whatever they can't get from our
Yeah,
atmosphere.
it's like it feels like the equivalent of us becoming anemic or something. It's like
Oh,
we
okay.
need this. Yeah.
Are there
Just like
children there?
no, he says
Okay.
no. There aren't really. Although they've passed through, they
Hmm.
don't stay. It's like they've come
Okay.
through.
This
Field
field
trip.
trip, fifth
Field
grade
trip.
trip, maybe.
Yes.
Are there spaceships there? There are spaceships?
Yes.
So how
Yes.
many?
There are aircrafts there.
Oh, wow.
Um. Well, spacecrafts. So what Eric is showing me is that there are some that are broken, not working, and there have been crashes here.
Oh,
There
yeah.
have been crashes here.
Yeah.
So we have those, but at any given time there's 1 to 3 crafts there.
Okay. Oh, they come
Um
and go. Okay.
yes, yeah, well
But
they
some are
yes.
functioning. Some are
Oh
functioning.
yes. Yes, it's how they get back and forth.
Oh, all right. What are they made? What's the main thing they are
Oh,
made of? Something we don't have on this
yeah.
earth, or
Metal. I mean, what we would equate to metal.
like a one that can change phase to liquid, or
Yeah,
it,
it's definitely not like a technology that we have here.
okay, cool. Um,
Then some of them are very, very little. It's
oh,
like some, and that must be more for the transportation back and forth. That they're very, very small, like one to two um
aliens can fit there.
alien capacity. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And they have this little parking spot. Only subcompact cars park here. All
Yes.
of, I mean,
Yeah.
spaceships.
Basically.
Otherwise, you're towed. What is okay? Who in the government knows everything about it, and do our presidents always briefed about it
Yes. Yes.
to the
Yes. The
fullest
president,
extent?
not to the fullest extent, but what Eric is saying about this is nobody walking the planet, nobody walking on Earth, no human, knows the full extent of everything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because what's going on at Area 51 and what's going on Roswell, there's not necessarily
Oh yeah.
everything being shared. So nobody knows the full extent of what's going on. However, yes, the presidents are briefed.
Oh my God, are they freaked out? What did Trump say? Maybe he already believed in
No,
them. Did he like? Oh my
yeah,
God.
yes, it's very much that type of a feeling that by the time they get to this point anyways, they're so aware that there's so much going on that the human race
Yeah,
doesn't know about.
yeah,
Again, Eric is telling me far more than half the population believes that there is some sort of alien races.
yeah. So how was Trump's reaction?
Um, Pretty low key, to be honest with you. He's just making me feel like, okay, yeah, yeah,
Did
I
he
know,
believe in aliens before?
yes, yes.
Okay, so uh, how long has our government, and there are other governments, of course, but has our government known about aliens for hundreds of years, or
Yeah, it's just like from the beginning of the human race, there's been interaction,
yeah?
intervention.
Mm,
Um, it's so it was they knew better. The alien races knew better that it could only be a select group of the people. So it's always been leaders. Okay, it's always been
yeah,
the leaders
I
because
gotcha.
really we're just getting to a time where people are willing to accept it, like and there have been in the last few months or so kind of the Navy and the government sort of
Yes,
saying, validating some stuff. It's because it's Eric says because it's finally time, because people you just can't keep telling people, oh no, it's a weather balloon, oh
I
no, it's
know.
swamp gas.
Really,
It's like people aren't that stupid anymore.
yeah,
Go back thousands of years, you could trick people. The heads could trick the rest of us. But he said it's just you guys have evolved too much. It doesn't work anymore.
yeah. When will
Um,
we have complete full disclosure? You can give a time range, like 10 to 20 years from now, or whatever.
Yeah,
But
so it really feels like we're more like 20 to 50 years. It's not far.
okay.
It's not far, but it will never be to, well, not never. It won't be to the extent,
Oh yeah.
it'll just be acknowledged, you know?
Okay. Okay. It
Yeah,
won't be like small grays walking around in Macy's with us.
right. Right.
Okay.
Although Eric does say that on the other side, he says over here, some souls choose, we don't all choose to appear and be in the human form. So he says over here, it's
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, I
because
gotcha.
because some souls just prefer the look or the feel of that
Okay.
particular. Yeah.
Cool. Did Abraham Lincoln and George Washington did they know about all
Yes.
this?
Yes.
Wow. Um, why does the government not want us to know everything? Or is
Because,
it the aliens don't want us to know, or both?
well, it's a combination of both, because again, masses of people can do stupid things, you know
Yeah. Oh
so
yeah.
it's kind of
Panic.
yes, to control
Yeah.
the masses, which actually in this particular case it's been the best option,
Okay.
um because people would freak out.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
mean, even though, and Eric says, even though most people, he says, well over half the population believes that there is, everybody would still pretty much be freaked right out
yeah.
if all of a sudden,
Oh, God, I
there was an
know.
alien, an
Sitting
extraterrestrial
by my
standing.
bed, standing by
Yes,
my bed, I get that. Oh,
yes,
I don't want to wake up and there's a small gray thing.
yes,
Uh,
yeah,
because he looks
exactly.
so different. I mean, uh, are the aliens helping us, the government, in Area 51? And if so, with what?
Yes. Um, so this type of interaction always is kind of to help, and I hate to use always and never, because whatever. But for this case, they are here to help us. They are here to, guide us, direct us, help us, prevent us from killing ourselves.
Yeah.
Um, killing the entire
Help
human
us,
race.
the planet, maybe help the planet
Help
too?
the planet. Yes. Yes.
Good.
Yeah, because also there is what Eric has just said, and I find this kind of fascinating. There are resources on Earth that we still don't even know about,
Oh,
know how to
wow.
use, know what to do with, um, stuff that we just haven't discovered,
Cool.
and they help us with that.
But do they also have, are there things that we have on Earth that they really want, they want for their own planets?
Um, yeah, there are. Um, so what Eric says though, it's kind of like some of it is like, when really old technology is fascinating again.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Like it's kind of like, like if all of it, like people might now think a record player is like a novelty, like, ooh, record player is so cool.
True.
Or,
Yeah.
at a certain point, everybody had a record player in their house. So there's kind of like some of that, like um, that sort of feeling.
Okay.
Because what Eric is saying is that most of their technology is just way more advanced than ours, just
Well,
way more advanced.
or did they have anything to do with the development of NASA, number one, these aliens, and also with Trump's decision to create the U.S. Space Force? And if so, tell me about that.
Yes and yes. Um, it, well, really, NASA wouldn't have happened with
Oh, wow.
just human interaction. So it's like they had to be shown. And sometimes this alien intervention, alien help comes from beings who look very human. Okay,
Oh,
so at certain times there is alien extraterrestrials taking human form,
oh,
to
wow.
help us with stuff. Okay.
Thank God.
um
Okay, the one that appears by my bed, please be that one. Well, that seems kind of
yes,
creepy, but
yes. I don't personally like when I open my eyes and there's some soul standing at
I
my
know
bed.
that's got to be so
Scares me every
awful.
time. Every time it happens, I creep my eyes open in the night, like, please don't be somebody
Well, can't
standing
you
there.
just tell them? No, don't.
Yeah,
Nobody.
for the most part it works, but every once in a while one just slips through, and it just always scares me. I know there's nothing, but you
Yes.
wake up and
Well, it's just startling. I mean, it's not something you
it is
expect to wake up
startling.
to. Cornflakes
Yeah.
maybe, but not weird.
Not a
Okay.
not a soul or a being or a physical
No.
body standing
No.
there.
Really. Why is it called Area 51, by the way?
Um, so what it has everything to do, Eric says, with the aliens.
Okay.
That when there's something about the 5 and the 1, the 5 and the 1.
Is that a
Um,
certain planet? Planet 51 from the 51st
yeah,
or something like
yes,
that?
it has something to do with the 51st something that I don't quite get, but
Yeah.
the aliens, the extraterrestrials helped to name it. It was like in the original
Oh,
document.
okay.
They were just calling it 51,
Yeah.
and then what Eric is saying is then they added an Area 51, but the 51 was more significant than just the name of the place.
Oh, so it could be the 51st dimension or
And
universe
yes,
or
or the 51st encounter that was documented, or
oh, okay. Well, which
um,
one is it, Eric?
um, it was okay. So what he's saying is it's the 51st um, documented like interaction.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because he's saying, everybody way back knew about all of the interactions, and
Right.
this was a big one. This was a big one. This got this area going like it was. I do feel as though there was some sort of a crash there.
Mm,
Is what I'm hearing, but the
okay.
crash that one of the extraterrestrials survived.
Oh, did we
Okay.
help save that?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, see, we do have
Of
something
course,
good.
we weren't quite super nice in the beginning because,
Oh, you were scared, yeah.
captured. Okay, so
Yeah.
so Eric says the more appropriate word really was captured,
Yeah.
because of the injuries. But then, we learn.
Okay. Good. Now, Trump decided to make this Space Force thing that everybody's laughing about. I don't know why, but anyway, so did he actually talk with an alien or a group of aliens about it,
um,
or has he been face to face with one or not?
yes, yes,
But a
um,
human-looking one, or
yes.
okay,
That's so sometimes what Eric is saying is sometimes they just take the human form just because we're more comfortable with it. Because it's
okay.
like he says, you're trying to tell somebody something, and all they can think about is, oh my God, holy shit, this is
Oh
an
my
alien.
God, how many fingers do you
Yeah,
have, Chase?
yes.
Yeah,
So actually, what he says is
let's have a
oftentimes
thumb
that's
war. I'm gonna
yeah,
win.
yeah. Oftentimes they'll take the human form to conduct business because it's just easier for us.
But Trump knew that this was an
Yes.
alien.
Yeah.
And they helped they gave him advice on how to create the Space
Ideas.
Force or
Yeah, it does feel like there's more often a go between the presidents
oh, okay, yes.
and this.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I
Like a
don't know,
human
some
go
sort of
between,
colonel
yeah.
or yeah, somebody high up in the military where
Okay.
there's like a go-between,
Ah,
more often during this type of communication and information exchange.
okay. Was the Roswell incident the first time a UFO crashed on Earth, and was that part of
It
a sold
it
contract?
it wasn't the first time, but it feels like the first like significant documented time.
Okay.
Okay. But it
Ah, I
wasn't it
see.
wasn't the first time.
Where was the
It had
first crash? Oh, sorry.
Oh geez. So actually, Eric says the very, very first one was in what we would refer to as India.
Oh, I see it
Yep.
being for some reason in the ocean. Maybe there are some that crashed in the ocean.
Oh yes.
Are there any bases under the sea?
Yeah, there's yeah, portals under there too. Yes.
Yeah, what's it? Did I ask this already? Did they have anything to do with vortices, portals,
Um,
um, or some vortices portals, and or some portals vortices or vortexes?
yes. Yeah. I don't think you asked that, but Eric says yes. And there's a few in the ocean. There's a few of these portals in the ocean.
Okay, all right. Which government bases have inner Earth access points? Somebody wants to know.
I'm hearing that there's 3 throughout the world.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Um, so we have one. Um, my geography's not great. But for
Antarctica,
those,
maybe? It doesn't make any difference, really.
yeah, Antarctica, and I do keep hearing Russia.
Okay. Okay. What is the most valuable thing, beside alien life and human life, of course, in Area 51?
The the technology, the technology
Okay,
that's there.
sure. What's the most valuable technology um, there that we've
Aircraft,
garnered from them?
aircraft.
Okay. What about the aircraft? How it's
The,
how it's propelled? What it's made of?
yes, and the stealthness of it. Yes.
Okay. Being able to like have a cloaking
Cloak.
mechanism.
Yes. Yep.
What? How, how how does it go? I mean, it's
Eric
not
just
fill
said
up with gas or anything, but
Eric just said they cloak a lot more than you guys realize.
oh, I bet.
Yeah.
So,
A lot
yeah,
more stuff
so
is cloaked.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. How's it powered? Or at least most of them, or the most technologically advanced ones.
yeah, it is. There is some sort of fuel. It is some sort of fuel. But it's got other stuff in it. I don't know how. I don't really know because it's not technology
Is it
that
a
we.
fossil fuel
Um,
or something different that we just don't really like
it,
hydrogen?
So here's what it is. It's like there is some sort of fuel, but yes, there would be like atoms that were, split, and it's this is not
Oh,
something. This is something that's pretty well hidden.
oh. So like
It's not.
nuclear fusion or fission, one of
Kind
those.
of, yes,
One's bad and one's good.
yes, something like that, and it's like the technology, the science behind what they've done
Hmm.
creates this fuel that basically, like, if you put it in your car would just like blow up.
Oh
It's
my
not.
God.
Yes, it's not. Yeah.
Wow. How big, how many aliens can fit in a Volkswagen? No, in one of the bigger crafts.
50, 60.
Good Lord,
um
that's big.
yeah, yeah.
And are they shiny metal colored or shaped like a saucer? Like
Yeah, there
we,
are some that are like that. Yes, absolutely.
okay.
Yes,
What
not
what are some of
all.
the ones the weirder shaped ones?
It's like there's like this triangle shape.
Okay.
Um, there's, like I said, there's these like pod type looking
Okay.
things that
Like
look kind
the
of more like an
little,
egg, I guess.
okay.
Which that is more for like what we would call, like, like those two-seater planes. Like it's
Oh
like
yeah.
that type of a thing.
Okay.
Um, there is um like ones that are like, kind of square base but go build up
Okay.
like tiers, I
Yeah.
guess.
Uh, is there any other technology or information they've helped us with, like healing things or medication or anything really?
Oh yes, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Healing, medication, um, our technology, uh, and unfortunately that does extend to weapons.
Oh yeah.
So there has been help there, although they have also intervened, and
Good.
destroyed technology, destroyed work that
Yeah.
humans were doing, that weren't going to be, going in the right direction. Um, Animal evolution, animal stuff. They've helped with that too.
Oh,
There's
good.
yeah, um, the advancement of animals, of like having humans and animals be able to coexist together.
Oh, okay.
There's something there's something like that, because way back when it all started, it wasn't really, the animals and the humans did not really
Oh, wow.
coexist well together.
Interesting.
Yes,
Interesting. Okay, so did Einstein know about aliens and even communicate with them?
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Maybe was
absolutely.
he an alien that looked like a human?
um no, no, he was here living a human life. um However, what I'm hearing is that he came in, even before he ever had any experiences, he believed that
Wow.
that there was other races and other beings. And I am hearing it's because he had incarnated to other places, so he had that
Oh,
subconscious
yeah.
soul memory of it.
But how did he meet an alien? I was walking on the street one day.
Yeah, yes, pretty much.
Is it chance?
It would
Well,
have
who sought out who? The alien
the
probably sought out.
yes, the alien, yes. Well, because Einstein's work was so important to
Yeah.
so it's like how Eric is putting it to me is like there's an intervention where they're face to face, and the alien gives Einstein information that he needs to carry out his work, and that's kind of it.
Oh, wow. What about
Yeah.
Nikolai Tesla?
Yes, but yes, but that was always done a bit more stealth.
Okay.
So it would have been alien interactions that would have been human looking.
Oh,
It
how
was
about
something.
the other greats like Leonardo DiCaprio? Leonardo da Vinci. Did he know about aliens?
Yeah, and what Eric is saying is it's because he astral traveled a lot.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of how he knew about it. He would astral travel and have very, very detailed visions in the astral traveling, whether he was awake or dreaming.
Oh,
So, and it's just for him, it was just it made too much sense for it to be his imagination.
oh, yeah.
And
So,
oftentimes Eric is saying we can get information like that way through extraterrestrials, through aliens, in a way that's a bit more easy for us to accept.
yeah, astral travel. Yeah,
Yes, dream
that's
state,
cool.
astral travel, lucid dreaming, that kind of thing. Yes.
Because he had all sorts of things like the helicopter,
And
drawing of the helicopter. Did he get that from aliens or by just astral traveling to the future? Or,
yeah, so it would have been like astral traveling, but then seeing the technology, being shown the
oh,
technology, not seeing it, being shown it. So Eric just said, he said, for all of you who are here, and going to see this video, going to watch this video, going to come across this, he said, by the time you get over here and do your life review, you're going to realize that you were almost all of you in the room at some point with an extraterrestrial.
oh, yeah, of course. We all come from
Yeah.
some planet, Earth or
Well,
whatever, or
but no,
have been from
on
others.
Earth. No, that
Yes,
in your Earth
right.
life. That yes,
Wow.
but not a being that was coming in living a human life, a being that took human form and was still
Okay, I
actually
see.
yes.
I
He
see.
said, they pop in, they kind of they help you guys quite a bit.
Good.
Um,
What about the guy who invented the atom bomb? I can't remember. Oppenheimer, whatever. Did they give him that technology?
yes, because that was something that was in the contract of the planet to have happen.
Okay.
Oh, I think I lost you.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you can hear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I lost you. You totally froze. I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, so
Yeah.
why would they give us atom bomb technology?
Yeah, because it was contracted in the Earth's evolution. The plant. It had to happen.
Okay. All right.
So we
So
had
that
to
we
have the
can,
technology.
maybe we needed it piece through strength kind of thing.
Well, it's kind of what I'm hearing from Eric is it's like the whole atom bomb thing needed to happen because you guys needed guidelines. Um, like the humans needed guidelines. It's like, okay, no,
Yeah.
that's too far. Like
Yes,
you've crossed the line there.
I got it.
Um, and so it gave us parameters, I guess, for killing each other.
Wow.
Is
What about
basically
Jesus? Did Jesus believe in aliens,
yes.
or was he even an alien?
He was here living a human life.
Okay.
But yes, he did. He not even believe. Eric says he knew, because believing isn't the same as knowing. He knew.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Believing is faith. Knowing is evidence.
Yeah.
Is what
And what
Eric
did he
says.
do with that knowledge? I mean,
In this,
how did that help him, if at all?
yes, it did help him as far as um, just understanding the whole bigger picture of life and the human race, and what he was here to do to help the human race.
Okay.
Yes,
That's cool.
so gave him strength for
So
sure.
so there's aliens in Area 51, and there's humans, and so do they like, hey, what's up, so and so? Hey, how you doing? How was lunch? Did they have casual conversation?
Pretty much, yes.
Wow. I mean,
Yes,
how do they speak telepathically to humans, or have they learned to speak
yes,
English,
they
or
can.
okay?
Both,
Wow,
both. Yes,
interesting.
they can speak whatever language it is that they would need to speak, depending on where they are.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Um, and yes, like to each other, yes, the
Oh,
communication
yeah,
will be very
yeah,
much telepathic.
yeah. Interesting.
Although it is considered kind of inappropriate for them to have telepathic communications amongst humans.
Oh, okay. What
So
do you
they would,
mean? It's rude? Like, hey, you
yeah,
aliens are
rude.
talking behind
Yeah,
my back, that kind of thing?
yes,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So what do you think about us?
Um,
Y'all are peons. Got a long way to
no,
go.
no, it's not. It's not really about that, because it's like if you, what Eric is saying is, if you want to think of it as Earth, when you come into a human life, the Earth life, that is the most filters that you
Yeah.
can have on your soul. Earth has the most filters, the
I
most
got it.
veil, the most whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it. So there are cases of humans who on a soul level maybe are more advanced than a being in an extraterrestrial life.
Oh, I
Okay,
see.
so it has, what Eric is saying is, it has to do with kind of what you're looking for. If you're looking for a very difficult life, well, you're going to put the most filters on yourself and come to Earth.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really more of a sympathy that
Yeah.
they have for us, because they know that coming here is difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have some respect for us too, probably.
Well, yeah, and the kind of like a better you than me sometimes, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Really. Well, do they ever say, "Gosh, I kind of want to come back as a
y-
human"?
yes,
And they
yes,
do,
and
huh?
we can bounce around. We don't have to always come to Earth, and it just depends on what we're trying to do for our soul. And this is the most difficult. So if we're
Okay.
really looking for kind of some rapid growth, this would be kind of more the one we would choose.
Okay. And of course, aliens from Area 51, they gave us technology to go to space, right? I mean, I
Yes.
think we already covered that. All right, let's see. In the story of Billy Meyer, I have no idea,
Mm.
Meier, who supposedly made contact with Pleiadians, went back in time with them, talked to Jesus, who told him where to find some scrolls that explained what really happened, to which he wrote the book Talmud of Emmanuel. Is this true or not?
Um,
To check that
okay,
out.
so yes, actually there is some truth to this, but and Eric says, like a lot of other things, it gets kind of twisted.
Yeah.
Um, so aliens do have time travel technology. There are races and planets that have time travel technology.
Ah,
Um, so yes, this did happen, but there's something about the scrolls that's a little bit off. It's not quite, the scrolls weren't quite found, or they weren't quite what he thought they were going to be.
okay.
However, there was something found there.
Okay.
Oh, it was too decimated. They were too
Oh,
decimated,
where are they now?
gone. So they would
Just,
exist
oh.
like in the Akashic records,
Oh, okay.
but as far as no, they're
Now I
no.
got to get my library card renewed for the Akashic Records if I'm going to.
Yes, I know, right?
Okay, let's see. Just a couple more. I heard that Area 51 is protected in the astral realm to help to keep out people from being able to remote view it or astral project there. Is this true?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Also,
However,
oh,
people would believe, sorry,
oh
Eric's
no,
giving me,
no,
people would
it's fine.
believe that they were able to, but that is part of the filter and the protection.
Oh
So people
yeah.
might believe that they're seeing something, but it's misdirection.
Oh,
Yep.
sneaky, sneaky.
Yes.
Also, there's a creature being caught on video that people are calling a rake. It hides in the woods and caves and screams like a pig squealing. Is this creature real? And if so, what is it? I'm terrified of the woods after seeing pictures of it. Oh, I'm not going to Google that thing because I love the woods. Maybe it's just a
um,
pig.
yeah. So what Eric is saying, what this is that this is actually so like we have animals. There are animals on other planets.
Okay.
Okay. So this is something that's kind of come in with an extraterrestrial, or because they have brought animals here
Oh,
that aren't animals that we would have here. So that is like an extraterrestrial type
cool. Like
of
one of their
animal.
pets?
Yeah, something like that. Yes, because really, quite frankly, Eric says if Earth is the hardest planet, he says, could you imagine if the other planets didn't have pets? Like,
Oh, that'd be
so,
sad.
yeah,
So,
yep.
so it's not, is it dangerous? Maybe only when we frighten it or something.
Yeah, scare you to death for sure. Yes.
Oh my
So
God.
yes, this is not something that you would want to run into in the night in the woods. No.
But it lives in the woods, or does it live with its
No, it would live on
owner?
it would live on the other planet. This is something that's only temporarily here, kind of
Oh,
in and
I
out.
gotcha. Okay, so
Yes.
it comes back and forth with the
Yes.
alien. All right,
Yep.
gotcha. And how does it interact with the humans in Area 51?
Um, very much like a trained animal would,
Oh, okay,
you know.
weird.
But
So weird.
yeah, yeah, very much like a trained dog.
I never
More,
thought we'd be talking about alien pets before
yeah.
this.
Yeah, but it makes sense though. It's like if Earth is the hardest planet and pets are like such a blessing
Oh
here, of
yeah,
course there's got to be pets on other planets.
yeah.
You know?
Right. Yeah. Is there any way we can make contact with these aliens on an individual basis? If so, how? And is it safe to do so?
It's so how Eric is putting this is it's really more up to them
Ah,
than us.
okay.
So it's kind of like if you're somebody who is having these experiences and having these communications, it is truly because they are allowing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not that if you're trying to manifest an alien interaction, keep trying it because you may be somebody who's meant to have one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like the ball's in their court sort of
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the secrets of Area 51. I thought it was one question, but it's a long paragraph with many questions. Will the secrets of Area 51 be exposed in the future? And if so, what year? Is that the same thing, like the 20 to 50 years?
Yes.
Okay, I
Yeah,
figured.
it's kind of like that. And again, there's this feeling of there sort of always being layers lower down that we're just never going to know about. It's like anything with the government. They can black out and get rid of, and once the people who have died who were there are gone, then there's
Yeah.
nobody to really tell the real story of what happened.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do these aliens have any knowledge of longevity and curing some of our diseases?
Yes. Oh yes, they've definitely helped us with that.
Oh, good. Which disease in particular?
Well, all of
Or
them,
just
but
many, huh?
think about it. Hundreds of years ago, what was the life expectancy of a human?
Yeah.
And now it's like we've got people, over 110 years old.
Yeah.
So yes, but that Eric says has something to do with the fact that, like the longer humans keep coming to this planet, the more resistance they have to it.
Okay.
So like when way back hundreds of years ago, when you're making it to what, like your 30s, 40s, a lot of people are dying then. It's because that was all they could take. It was like, this is
Yeah.
enough for
Ugh.
this planet.
Yeah.
Now the planet, because of the evolution of the planet,
Yes.
it's although it might really suck for a lot of people to be here, it is easier on a soul to be in Earth than it used to be hundreds of years ago.
Yeah. So, have they been helping us with anti-cancer technology,
Yes.
diabetes, things like that?
Yes.
So, okay.
And also with oh shoot, what's the tiny what's the tiny technology?
Oh, like
Yes,
nano.
thank you.
Oh, good. Nanotechnology. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Do they think we are self-destructive?
Yeah.
Because
Oh
some of
yes,
them. Yeah,
we
I'm
are.
sure.
Yes, humans in general tend to be self-destructive, even if
Yeah.
it's only on a very small scale. Anybody
Oh, yeah.
who's even a little bit self-aware knows when you're having a bad day. It's
It's like,
like,
yes,
well,
I suck. Yeah, I know.
I'm
I
gonna
know.
have yeah, carton of ice cream, or I'm going to drink this, 5
Oh,
bottles of wine.
yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
can't be self-destructive.
exactly.
Yes.
Okay. Is the government gathering knowledge from them for nefarious purposes against humanity or for the betterment of mankind, or both, I guess?
It's so yes, there are people in the government who know about this who would like to use some of this technology for nefarious reasons.
Ugh,
However, Eric is saying it's governed pretty tightly.
God, why would they want that?
Because he says because some people are just assholes,
Well, I guess so.
you know.
Is Area 51 making some kind of deal with the animals? Like, hey, if you do this for us, we'll do that for you. Or they're trying to help us just out of the kindness of their alien hearts?
Yeah, it's really more out of just trying to evolve souls, help the souls grow. It's
Okay,
it's not really a tit for tat necessarily.
okay.
Um, yeah, it's but it's like Eric's saying, it's in their soul contracts to help the humans.
Yeah,
Okay, but a lot of the alien races would have a better understanding of what's in their soul contract. Again, less of a filter than what we have as humans.
exactly. All right, let's see. We have met several aliens, this person says, on CE, channeling Eric, which are multidimensional beings with good intentions. However, with Area 51, we have whistleblowers that have real fear of our safety, such as Phil Schneider claiming he killed ETs and now he is dead. Prior to the 1997 phone call to Art Bell's radio show that had to go to a backup server because he was cut off, but was claiming we need to scatter to outlying towns because major towns will be destroyed. Please tell us what's going on. Do we need to be on the alert for dangerous aliens?
No,
Well, what was that
no.
guy's deal?
So this was his fear, his paranoia, and it's like we were talking about a little bit ago. When you wake up and one of your spirit guides or something is standing at your bed, the instinct of the human is, oh my god, fight or flight.
Yeah,
And if you're somebody who's gonna fight, well, be prepared for the other being to kind of push back a little bit.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah, of
so
course.
this feels more in regards to this particular individual.
So what happened to him? What was the
Freaked
particular
out.
thing that triggered him to be
Yeah,
to have
so
be paranoid?
fear, just fear. He was
So there was
somebody
not
who
one encounter with a small gray, and he
no,
okay,
no, he was just afraid. You
okay,
know, reading too much, or too much, just too much of a story in his head.
yeah,
So it's like this paranoia. So then when you automatically are on the defensive. But no,
yeah.
they're not here to destroy us.
Okay, that's good. So how did
Yeah.
he die? Just natural causes, or was he killed? And did he really
Um.
kill ETs?
Yeah. So yes, I am feeling as though there were some battles with him and ETs, but it's like yes, there was a couple too. I'm hearing, that he killed, but they fought back.
Yeah,
Um, but again, Eric said, like, yes, they could
asshole.
have gotten rid of him, but they didn't. They weren't trying to kill him. They were just trying to defend themselves, so they
Yeah,
didn't kill him.
right.
I'm hearing that he died of natural
Okay.
causes.
Now, last question. What do we not know? Nobody
Oh my
knows
gosh.
about Area 51.
That's
The most important thing that humans do not know about Area 51, whether it's the government, the presidents, etc. Of course, there's several of them, but what
okay.
is the most important thing that we are also allowed to know?
Okay, so the only thing that I'm hearing is that there is underground transportation, like around the earth. That
Oh,
that there's
wow.
underground transportation there, tunnels,
Oh,
pathways.
God, that is so
Um,
cool. And
of
nobody knows
course,
what they
that's
do
not
now.
that's not individual to Area 51, because these pathways and these tunnels go other places.
Okay, is there anything that nobody knows about in Area 51?
Um, yeah, there have been human children born there
Oh,
who
wow.
have remained there, apparently. um, Humans that have been there are humans that live there full time,
Free to come and go, right? Not captive, right?
free to come and go. But yes, there is like almost like a society there
Oh, wow.
of
Yeah.
people who live there who don't really leave there very often.
Are they
No.
hybrids? Like we talked about the hybrid children,
Um,
or straight up humans?
yeah, no, this feels like straight up humans, but that there's like human testing. What's that? There was that really famous thing that they did with testing people back in the what was this, the 70s? I can't think of what it's called.
I don't know. What kind of
Um,
testing? I mean,
where they
what?
were testing like the remote viewing and oh my,
Oh, the FBI kind of stuff, CIA or something? Yeah.
yeah, there's something along those lines still being done.
Okay, last question. Where can we enter? Where's an entry point to these underground things? Is there one in the United
No,
States?
no, no. We can't enter them.
Okay, okay.
So there would be some technology here that would not be penetratable
Oh,
by our
okay.
technology that we have here. So no, we can't dig and get into them.
Oh my God. Eric, is there anything you want to add? Or Jennifer, do you have a question? This has been, we got a lot covered. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Eric really does say there's really nothing to be afraid of. That there really is. You got an
Good.
alien back there.
No, I just think of yeah, no, I hope
Oh,
not.
yeah. No. So he says there really is nothing to be afraid of. There's no need to be concerned here.
Okay.
The unveiling, so to speak, of the aliens is really at a set pattern.
Oh,
Like
okay.
just recently, the government started to acknowledge that hey, some of these things, some of these sightings, we don't know what they are either. He said there's very
There's a
distinct.
rollout, a very
Yes,
specific,
yes,
uh, what do you call it? Planned rollout, right?
exactly. Yes, and it is only happening because the human race is ready for it.
Good. Oh, wow. Wow. Jennifer, you're just
That was
incredible. You
awesome.
guys,
That was fun.
that was fun. You guys check
Yeah.
her out at psychicmediumjenniferdoran.com, which I will put here. Love you, Jennifer. Love you, Eric. Love you,
Yes.
peeps out there. Please
Love
subscribe and
you.
share this with all
And
your, yeah.
if I can just say, find me on Facebook, Psychic Medium Jennifer Doran. I said that in one video, and like a ton of people found me through it. So look for me on Facebook too, not just
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Will do.
yes. And
All
he says,
right.
"I love you, Mama.
Bye,
Bye," and he's
sweeties.
blowing kisses.
Bye.
Bye.